Hello, we are back in Afghanistan and I decided to go to a tiny place called Sharan, which is in the southeast of the country, next to the border with Pakistan. So over to the east, over those mountains, it's already Pakistan. We are not too far from Kabul. The capital is about 100 miles to the north of here, but despite being close to Kabul, this is one of the most remote areas in Afghanistan, one of the poorest. And I have no idea about the airport where we're going to land. Oscar Alpha, Sierra Alpha, which is, I think it was an air base, basically. And it worked as a civilian airport for a few years during the American occupation, but right now, God knows what there's actually there. And yeah, there's no ATC beyond the data from the airport in Flight Simulator. It's not good enough for beyond ATC to work with. So we're going to do a visual approach, assuming we can find the airport. Probably not a very long runway, and there are plenty of villages around, as you can see, but I don't know exactly where the airport is. I know it's, because we do get this data from the sim, it's very high, 7,400 feet. We are at 10,500, so I'm going to descend a little bit, at least initially, to about 9,000 feet or so. And then we'll locate the airport and try to land on runway 32, I think, because that's the laziest approach, really. And again, I couldn't really find any information about Sharan, the city, other than it suffered a lot during the Soviet invasion, and then it was taken or retaken by the Taliban in 2021. It's a small place, about 15,000 people. The Americans tried to establish the base here, and yeah, didn't last very long. They had a lot of trouble with the so-called tribal warlords coming from the mountains and etc. And again, I don't really want to dive too deeply into that history. I am turning right a little bit, so because we might do something like this to land. I really want to get a visual on the airport. Not sure if we'll be able to from here. Again, lots of farms around, even some trees apparently. But it's really hard to trust any terrain info for this place. No idea when it was last updated or so, and yeah. The flight itself was nice. Again, it's not very long, just 1 hour from Kandahar. This area is very dry, but we do get some clouds now. It's very hot, as you can see. We're 9,500 feet and it's still 20 degrees. So. Although Sharan is so high that it's mostly a temperate place throughout the year. I'll stop once we descend to 9,000 feet and then maybe start doing things manually. Let's see. And yeah. The world is almost always pretty from the sky, right? All those hills and maybe not permanent rivers around here. I don't know much about the climate when it's the rainy season or how much rain this place actually gets. Okay, 9,000 feet is fine for now. bit more power. Speed is fine. Landing lights and fuel pump, so we don't have to worry about that. And can we see anything? It is windy though, and again, I have no idea about the altimeter. I mean, I could kind of cheat and look in the tablet, but it's more fun to be dumb and don't do that. And of course, no information about the wind either, which again, I could get from the tablet, but that's not very fun. Yeah. Next time we'll go to Kabul, so we'll probably have ATC. But yeah, as I said, I mean, this Afghan trip was going to be a bit precarious because the infrastructure is probably just not there at all, right? Okay, turning off autopilot. Let's do this thing manually. I will just zoom in a little bit so we can start our gas. We're going to runway 32, so it's mostly around here-ish. And that's all the guidance we'll have. I'll drop landing gear. Can only add full props, but I'm not gonna touch the mixture. Start turning left and hopefully descend a little. Flaps. Let's see if we get a visual on the airstrip. According to Wikipedia, it should be asphalt. But again, can't really trust it very much. Most of Afghanistan is this, you know, very high mountains and a very mostly dry as well. And I haven't really started studying the history of this place. I will try to do it soon. But, you know, the recent history, I'm afraid I don't really want to go too much into. It's just too depressing. We're 2 miles from the airport, so we really should be. Yeah, there it is. Tiny runway, and I'm really high. This might have been a mistake. We're at full flaps. And yeah, it's going down really fast. I really don't want to go around. It might be just, oh my god, okay. Just about enough. We're keeping it below 120, so one side. It's probably not something you should do if you were a real pilot, but doesn't seem to be any buildings at all. Maybe one to the left there. We're almost. Oh, that's an interesting ridge. Oh yeah, this is gonna be something. What? No, I can't do this. What? Just turn around. Before we stall the ground, really. Yeah, what I'm doing is really irresponsible. Oh yeah, today is bad pilot day, really. But I don't think we had enough runway to slow down in time, so this is slightly better than crash landing, I guess. Once you're at 3 miles or so, I'll turn back around. Runway 160, 14, I guess. Yeah, I know. Sorry about that, guys. I should have planned this better, but one advantage of a simulator, right? We can do stupid things. Let's see if this goes any better now. We are at landing speeds. A very interesting runway. Holy crap, yeah, you're probably not supposed to land from this side. Oh, temps are really high. Let's not burn down the engine. Oh, look at this. No way, this is real. Yeah. I'll take it. Next time we'll do a proper landing at Kabul. Temperatures are going down. Nice and easy. Yeah, no official buildings at all, so I'll just leave it on the runway. Again, good to go to a short landing strip every once in a while. But yeah, we are at... God, I even forgot the name, sorry. We're at southeastern Afghanistan. What was it again? Sharan, Afghanistan. Next time we'll head to Kabul. We'll do it properly. But so far, that's it. Eastern Afghanistan, next to Pakistan. Very difficult place. Very, very difficult place. Again, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.